My dear children, this is the second module. In this, we are going to create the list using list and input function. Look at the example I had given. List 1 equals list of input of enter list element. So, it will print like enter list element in the output. So, what happens here? It will create a list with the user's value. Look at the values I had given. If I given the values like 1, 5. If I am giving 1, 5 as a list element as per the output, then it will create a list of values. My dear children, this is the second function we need to study in list chapter, that is eval function. How to pronounce it? Eval function. Eval, look at that, 5 plus 10. Actually 5 plus 10 is given in a quotes, isn't it? So anything which we had given in quotes will be converted into string, isn't it? But if we use eval of, what happens? It will evaluate the mathematical operation, that is 5 plus 10, and it will retrieve like 15. Then look at the y value, eval of 2 into 5 within double quotes. So what happens? 2 into 5 become 10. That value will be evaluated, then will be assigned to y. So what will be printed? 10. Look at the third example, that is num is equals eval of input enter any value. So eval means what? Print num comma type num. So what happens here? Eval always produce int of values, that is int functions. Eval will not only convert the values into int type but also interpret the value as indented type. That is, if you enter float value, it will be converted to float. If it is list, if it is tuple, it will convert as per the requirement. So my dear children, this is an example for creating a list with the eval function. List 1 is equals eval of enter value. So the user will give only the values like 10, 20 and 30. The next line, enter values like 10, 20 and 30. So what happens here? The list become list of values, that is list 1. According to the values given by the user, the interpreter automatically creates a list. Which function is responsible for that? The eval function is only the responsible method for creating the list element, even if we are not using list of function. Then this is very simple, that is accessing list element. How to access the list elements? It is very similar with the string type. That is the thing I told already to you people. If you studied the string chapter in a better manner, you will be feeling very easy for studying the list chapter. That is, it is having many similarities with the list. String chapters and string elements which is having many similarities with the list. Just like string, every individual elements are accessed from their index position. Look at the example I had given. I am having a list like fruit. Within that, what are the elements I enclosed? Mango, apple, guava, pomegranate, cherry. Within that, how the elements will be indexed? Mango will be 0, apple will be 1, guava will be 2, pomegranate will be 3 and cherry will be 4. What will be the backward indexing I am having? -1, -2, -3 till -5. It is having the backward indexing. I think you can recollect what we studied in string. If list element is large, it will store reference in the list and the values will be stored in somewhere else. List elements are accessed just like string, that is list of index position, list name and index position. That is, if you want to access the third element, you need to give either 2 or minus 3. List of 2 or minus 3. Minus 3 will indicate what? It will be the backward indexing position. The another similarities with the list elements. Length of function is very similar. That is, what is the use of length of function in string? It is used to calculate the total number of characters, isn't it? So here the length function is len function is used for what? For finding the total number of elements in a list. The indexing and slicing is very similar with the string values. Then we can also use in and not in operators along with the list. Then concatenation and replication operators are also very similar with the list elements. We already discussed about that is string, how to operate, or what is the use of length, what is indexing, what is slicing, what is membership operators, how that can be used with the string operators, that already we discussed, isn't it? So in a similar way we can use all these things with the list along with the concatenation and replication. My dear children, please recollect the points which we discussed in the string function. For that you need to study the string chapter in a better manner. Thank you.